Hey going guys, today we have a question from a man named Nathan. He goes on to say, I'm taking your advice on making deeper connections and using it. However, when I'm trying to banter or ask deeper questions, eventually I run out of things to say, get in my head, freeze up. It all gets very awkward. Please help. Well, Nathan, it sounds like you have a bit of a lack of confidence and a fear of being judged. Now, when you're talking to someone and you're constantly thinking, oh, do they like me? Am I saying the right thing? Yes, it's going to make you think, oh, am I saying the right thing? And it's very common to freeze up in these times. So for you, I'd suggest you need to go back first and watch the Path to Happiness videos, try and let go of some of that fear, and then come back. However, when it comes to a practical solution on trying to overcome your fears of talking to people and not running out of things to say, my advice is practice. Now, the best way to do this is probably go out in public, whether you're at school, university, just public shopping mall or something like that. Go up to random people and just ask them for the time. Basically, anyone you see, just go up, ask them for the time, or ask them where something is. Do you know where this shop is, where I can find this? Something like that. So once you can do all this without freezing up and you're comfortable with approaching total strangers, try and add a little bit more every time. So maybe try and start a conversation with them, try and find out something about them, find out their name, walk and talk, make them laugh, all stuff like that. Now, don't try and attempt to do all of this at once. If you're already freezing up, you're gonna freeze up every single time you try and escalate a little bit more. So just set yourself little goals. And once you hit that goal, try and set another one. Little steps. And eventually, you will have such confidence with talking to people that you'll be able to make friends, attract partners, and just never run out of things to say all the time, because your confidence with talking to anyone is so unbreakable. But how do you get to the stage where you can say talk forever and never run out of things to say? Well, that all comes down to your mindset. Now, something I was taught many years ago, someone named Owen Cook on YouTube, fantastic self-help coach. Think of the sun, okay? So the sun will shine no matter what. No matter what people say, think or do, the sun will always shine. Now that is the mindset you need to adopt. You need to think of yourself as the sun, okay? So no matter what people think, say or do, you will say what you want to say. You will talk no matter what, okay? That is the kind of confidence that you need to build up, where you can just overcome anything anyone says and just keep saying your piece because you're in love with what you're saying. Now you need to learn to self-amuse. You need to love yourself and love what you're saying. Don't sit there and try and think how you can amuse someone else or how someone else can amuse you. You should be too busy focusing and having fun with what you have to say, because you're loving what you're saying, and because you're loving what you're saying, everyone else around you is going to be having a good time because of the passion and conviction of what you are talking about. Now, obviously, don't be cocky and arrogant. You have to follow social cues and social norms at all times. But if you are self-amusing, other people will be enjoying your company and they'll enjoy spending time with you and want to know more about you because you're bringing the fun. You're bringing the fun because of how you're talking, and what you're talking about is interesting to the other people because you have such conviction in the way that you are saying and what you are saying. Now, as I say that, you need to recognize when someone is not engaged with what you're saying. Now, a big tip on how to keep someone interested is to talk about them and what they're interested in. And when you talk about their interests, you relate it back to yourself through the stories that you tell about your life. But make sure that your stories are still relevant to what their interests are. And my final point, understand that just because you can talk forever doesn't mean you need to, okay? Silence is powerful, so powerful. You should learn to love awkward silences. So when a conversation has run its course and you get to that awkward silence that everyone's fucking afraid of, love it, okay? It is a powerful opportunity for you to convey yourself to the other person by asking an interesting question or questions of them, or leaving it hanging and waiting for them to come to you. Once they come to you, you're in control of the conversation because they're interested and they're committed to this conversation, okay? You don't need to fill every single little pause. Learn to love silence just as much as you love yourself and what you're saying. Now to recap, talk about them, relate it to yourself, tell stories, interesting stories, and love silence. Once you do all that, you will never, and I mean never, run out of things to say. And everyone's gonna love it, okay? Thanks for your question, Nathan. I'll see you soon.